Back here at the Alamo Dome, Utah State already in front 7-3 as we begin the second quarter. And Utah State with second and goal at the UTSA 4. Critical series coming up here. Chucky Keaton to throw, rolls right. Going to throw it away at the back of the end zone under pressure from Stephen Kerfis.
And UTSA did a great job of staying at home and not allowing Chucky to get to the outside and make the play that he wanted to play. Keaton was looking for a receiver. He didn't have anything open. He couldn't turn the ball up the field because of the pressure by UTSA. Great defense on that play.
Third and goal. Fade for Matt Austin. There's a lot of contact. Incomplete. They tried to target Eric Brown again, and he locked up Matt Austin right away.
What Eric Brown did is he forced Matt Austin to the outside. He did not give him a way to get to the inside and try and make a play on the football. That is great defense, and this is big for this defense to get a stop inside the red zone on 3 consecutive plays.
Nick Diaz, the sophomore from Redondo Union High School, missed last year due to injury, has taken over as the kicker. 2 of 3 this year. Kick is up and good from close range. Utah State, though, held to a field goal. It's Utah State 10, UTSA 3. The Roadrunners get a chance to respond when we come back. Back here at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, cooler temperatures outside, but always climate controlled in the dome, and UTSA down 7, about to get the ball back as Jaron Bentrude kicks off for Utah State. Cam Jones from the 4. Gets across the 25 again before he's tripped up. And UTSA will have pretty decent field position here. See if they can move the ball on this drive. Jones a little shaken up there. Again, UTSA already without 2 wide receivers who normally contribute, Kenny Harrison and Kenny Bias. And now Cam Jones limps off. So Josiah Monroe, number 15, joins the huddle. Jones is their playmaker, and that's a big worry. Monroe, again, taking his place, will stand behind the quarterback, Polite. Polite looks left, wants a pump and go. Has to scramble, going to tuck it and run. Gets across the 30 and is forced out of bounds by the pursuit of Cade Cowden, but another solid pickup.
And that is a great decision by Polite. He didn't see what he liked. He tucked the ball, ran it, got some positive yards. And once again, we're seeing the maturation process of this young quarterback as he gets more time under center.
And on the last drive, Polite was 6 of 6 for 77 yards. He's 7 of 8 in the game, so he started very well through the air. 2nd and 5. Okacha the only back. Polite wants to keep this, tucks it inside and dives across the 35. It's going to be 3rd and short. He picked up a lot with his lateral movement there.
And Polite is running this play better and better. Earlier in the ball game, running the option, I think he pitched it a little bit early. That time, he saw that his pitch man was covered, so he tucked the ball and got up the field north and south and put his team in a 3rd and short situation as opposed to 3rd and 4 or 5.
You see Cam Jones come back into the huddle there along with Brandon Armstrong. It's 3rd and 1, but they're not a short yardage team. They don't want to run up the middle all that often today. Armstrong keeps it running sideways and stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And UTSA is going to have to punt. Really surprised with that play call.
If Armstrong could have planted and got north and south, I think he could have gotten the first down. But he got the ball with the intentions of getting outside as opposed to reading what the defense was giving him.
And it was Kyler Fackrell making the play, avoiding the block of Cam Jones on the play to snuff that out. Troubles with the snap again, and Stern will get it away, and a fair catch called at the 30-yard line. So in the end, it'll be about a 35-yard effort, and all things considered, Christian Stern will be relieved to have gotten that out of the way.
Well, what you start to worry about now is the Utah State's offense wearing down this smaller UTSA defense. when you look at the comparison line-wise, Utah State averages about 6'4", 304 pounds, as opposed to UTSA's defensive line 6'1", 260 pounds. So you've got a 43, 44 pound, advantage per lineman, and will they wear down?
Utah State lines up with 3 in the backfield behind Keaton. They'll run some power with Williams. Slashes forward for about a 6-yard pickup.
And I think that's what you're going to start to see now. They're going to try and impose their will on the smaller UTSA defensive line. When you've got these big linemen and they can road grade like they have been doing in the past, I think that's what you start to see. Utah State wants to slow this ball game down a little bit.
2nd and 4 for the Aggies. Keaton to throw. Wide open is the tight end, Kellen Bartlett. He's across midfield. And down at the UTSA 47. He's been active early.
Well, you give Keaton all the time that he needs, he's going to find open receivers. This is what you feel that Utah State can do to this defense because they're so big and they're so strong.
Quick toss out to Webb. He tiptoes the sideline and is hit by Brian King and Stephen Kerfis, but not before he picks up another first down. Webb, the senior out of Mountain Crest High School in Utah and Snow Junior College. UTSA defending its own end here as Matt Austin takes it from Keaton, has room and takes a big hit from Tristan Wade, but not before a 3rd consecutive first down.
And they're averaging over 10 yards per pass on this drive, and that is not positive for this UTSA offense. As we talked earlier, they don't care about time of possession. They want to score. I thought they would try and slow it down a little bit, but they're continuing this no-huddle offense.
They showed 1 power running play, and it's been right back to the air. Keaton quick out for Jacobs. And Van Leeuwen was trying to block off Wade there. And it's another solid pickup for Utah State.
And although it's not 10 yards on this play, it's still 2nd and 3. And this is what you want to stop for UTSA. Right now, they're going down the field on this defense. Are they gassed?
You see Utah State's numbers through the air on top so far for sure. Williams running left, has space and has the first down. Big hit on the play by Nick Johnston as usual, but Williams down to the 6. And this is a statement drive right here by Utah State.
Well, what they've done with the quick early passes, they've now gotten UTSA's defense back on their heels, and they're opening up lanes for them to run the football with Williams.
Quickly to the line again. Keegan Anderson in motion. And it's pretty much the same play. Williams running to that left side again, cuts it back, and he's going to be hit for a big loss. Eric Brown and Cody Rogers got him.
And that is great pursuit by Eric Brown when Williams tried to reverse field. Eric Brown is sitting there waiting on him. These are the type of plays, if you're UTSA, that you have to have. If they can hold Utah State to 3 points, again, that will be very big for this defense.
Brian King, backup safety, had some penetration on the play that forced Williams backward as well. And UTSA coaching staff hurriedly trying to call timeout there, and they do get their first timeout of the game. We'll take it with them. Utah State trying to add to its lead, up 7. We'll see if UTSA can stop them when we come back. Utah State 10, UTSA 3 here in San Antonio. 2nd and goal for the Utah State Aggies, but all the way back at the 16. 5 wide receivers for Chucky Keaton. The ball's knocked loose, and they'll say it's incomplete, but the pass rush, Richard Burge, Jason Neal and company got some pressure.
And they got pressure with 4 rushers, and that is what you have to do if you're this UTSA defense. They continue to work hard.
Jason Neal got a hand to the quarterback, Chucky Keaton. He leads the team in quarterback hurries, and it brings up 3rd and goal. Keaton throws inside. They're trying to hold Williams up, and they stop him short of the goal line. Big decision here on 4th and goal.
And what they're continuing to do, Jonathan, they're dropping 7 back into coverage. They're keeping everything in front of them.
They're going for it from the 1. Bartlett, the tight end. Williams, the tailback. It's Kerwin Williams up the middle. Touchdown, Utah State. He got over the line. The far side line judge had his hands in the air, and it is a touchdown.
And Kerwin Williams just got the ball over the plane. They hit him at the point of attack, but he was able to reach over and get the touchdown. I'm surprised that they're not reviewing this touchdown right now.
Well, Utah State's hurrying to the line, and I promise it's being reviewed somewhere. Larry Coker has run all the way down the sideline to discuss things with the official.
Review. The ruling on the field is a touchdown.
And there you have it.
I don't know if he got the ball over the plane. They're saying he did, but when you look, he got hit at the point of getting the ball over the plane, and was his knee down because he got stood up and he got turned around as he got towards the goal line.
And let's be honest, the real problem was 3rd and goal when they were back at the 16 and they let him get 15 of it back. But here's the 4th and goal play from the 1.
It was slow developing when he gets met in the hole. And I have to say, from that angle, you can't tell whether the ball crosses the plane or not.
Richard Burge on the UTSA defensive line out of Stratford High School in the Houston area was the man who made the tackle, but he's not going to get credit for it if it's credited as a touchdown. And again, I don't know that there was anything there that could completely overturn it. Again, it has to be indisputable evidence to overturn a call, and I didn't see it. Larry Coker looking on. I mean, were they too deep on 3rd and goal? There was a lot of room there, but...
Well, they did a good job on 3rd and goal, but they did not tackle well. They should have tackled him at the 5-yard line. I think they were more focused on line allowing him to get a touchdown. And when you look, you still cannot see if his knee is down prior to the ball crossing the plane. You see the ball over the plane right there, but is his knee down prior to the ball crossing the plane? If they don't have a clear view of it, then I think that they will not be able to overturn this call, and you'll see Utah State get the touchdown. But going back to the play prior to that, you said it, Jonathan, they kept everything in front of them, but what they did not do is make the tackle on the 5-yard line. I think they were thinking, okay, as long as we keep him out of the end zone, we've done our job, not expecting Utah State to go for it on 4th down. And what I liked about the Utah State coaches is they didn't hesitate.
No.
They went for it on 4th.
And
they didn't call a timeout.
They ran the play quickly.
Yes, so they had the personnel in the ball game.
After review, the ruling on the field stands, a touchdown.
So you hear the language. If it was confirmed, that would have meant that there was video evidence on their side. Stands means there wasn't enough evidence either way to make a change. So the touchdown is in the books, and Nick Diaz will try and make it 17-3, which has to be frustrating for Larry Coker. I imagine he doesn't feel his team has played too badly, aside from the blocked punt. But they're going to be down 2 scores here in the 2nd quarter. Diaz knocks it through. He's 15 of 15 now on extra points, and Utah State in front 17-3. But Forrest, you and I talked about how important it was to get off to a good start. Last week, by this point in the game, UTSA was down 31-0, and Utah State in its game was up 21-0. So compared to last week, we've got a tighter one.
Well, UTSA has done a lot of good things offensively. They've just not been able to sustain drives. The one sustained drive that they had, they got 3 points out of it. You have to remember, early in this ball game, the special teams put their defense in a bad situation, which gave Utah State a short field. So if I'm the UTSA defense, I feel good about what we're doing. We have to make some more plays. Kerfis, getting, the roughing the passer foul was bad for the defense. They had a stop on that play. But when you look at what they've done in the red zone, they played pretty good defense offensively. They need to get a touchdown. They need to take some time off the clock and allow the defense to catch their breath before they get back on the field.
Bentrud's kickoff carries to Cam Jones, who's showing no ill effects from being shaken up. And he gets near the 20-yard line. He took an awkward hit there and is down at the 19 and is shaken up once again. And that hit did not look good. Looked like his leg got hit as he was cutting.
He got hit from the side, looked like in the hip area, wasn't prepared for it. And maybe, I hope it's not serious. It looked like his leg may have gotten caught in the turf.
But on the other side of the ball, Utah State up 2 touchdowns here. And they're a team at 6-2. Their only 2 losses have both been on games where they had a field goal that could have tied or won it. And they've been to good teams at Wisconsin and at BYU. So they're a team that's played with some of the best in the country and been right there as you see Cam Jones get to his feet. So for Utah State to be in front by 2 touchdowns at this point in the game is exactly where they should be as the favorite.
Well, there should not be a lack of confidence on UTSA's part as well, because offensively they've had some very good things happen. Polite looks very comfortable out there. They've been able to get the ball outside to their receivers and allow them to make plays. I think you continue to do that and continue to try and create lanes for your running game later on in this ball game.
The Alamo Dome seats 66,000. They had 56,000 here last September when they opened their football program with their first game ever. This year attendance has been more in the 25,000 to 30,000 range. I think once they start playing some in-state opponents, you may see those numbers go back up. Roadrunners down 2 scores here. And it's an option pitch, was behind Evans Okacha, and he's taken down maybe just a yard behind the line of scrimmage.
And I don't know if I agree with, this option play to the outside, pitching it east and west and then trying to get upfield. I think with this defense and the quickness of this Utah State defense, you need to get the ball north and south as quick as possible. That's why I like the quick passes to the outside. The receivers are able to make a play immediately.
Well, Polite was 7 of 8 in the first quarter. He hasn't thrown a pass since. Now he will. Finds Aaron Grubb. Turns it up for a short gain. It'll be 3rd down and 6 for UTSA's. You got to look at Grubb, his older brother Seth, also on the team, both walk-ons. But preferred walk-ons, and Aaron Grubb is certainly a guy they try to get the ball to. He may be involved in terms of punt returns today. Seth Grubb is in the game as a wide receiver. Polite looking that way, lofts it to the corner for Marcellus Mack, off the mark. Mack had position on the safety, but it was off the mark, and UTSA will be punting again.
And I wonder about that play. You've got 3rd and 6 as opposed to looking to get the first down. You try and get it all on one play. I don't like that play because now you're 3 and out. You're sending your defense back out on the field. They just came off the field after giving up a touchdown. And you talk about wearing the team down. That is what we're starting to see from Utah State's offense, wearing this UTSA defense down.
Stern to punt again. It's been an adventure back there. Movement and timeout call.
Timeout. Texas San Antonio, second charge timeout. A 30-second timeout.
So they didn't like what they saw on the punt, and it's a second timeout used by UTSA, as they prefer. And both these teams with plenty of action still to go in WAC play. UTSA next week at Louisiana Tech. ESPN will have regional coverage of that game. They'll play McNeese State here at the Alamo Dome. That's a non-conference game at Idaho. And their big rival, Texas State, at home on November 24th. That's going to be a fun one when we talk about bigger crowds here at the Alamo Dome. I think certainly this is a murderer's row for UTSA as they go San Jose State, Utah State, Louisiana Tech. 3 straight weeks the teams pick to finish 1 through 3 in the Western Athletic Conference. So Stern ready to try it again. And it's off the side of his foot. Gets across midfield, but out of bounds at the 49.
And that poor punt is a result of what has happened in the punting game for UTSA. They had one punt block. They had one where he had a mishandle of the snap and was able to get it off rugby style. And now, you know, he's concerned about them coming after the kick. I think that's why UTSA took a timeout, and he gets, you know, a bad punt right there off the side of his foot.
They mark it at midfield, which cost him a yard on the punt. I think it'll go down as a 27-yard punt.
Force a turnover, Chief! Force a turnover!
A little unfortunate for Stern's average there, but Utah State starts at midfield. Keaton tried to keep it. He got pressured, but he got away from it and is taken down with a great leg tackle by Cody Berry, who's only playing his 3rd game of the year. The junior from Pierce Junior College in California.
Well, Jaron Hash got great penetration and was able to disrupt that play, and that is what you need from this UTSA defense. You've got to get penetration and disrupt the plays.
2nd and 9 for Utah State. You saw Keaton's elusive qualities on that play. Stands in there and throws this one to Reynolds, makes a man miss, has the first down. Travis Reynolds, the junior from Boyd Anderson High School in Florida, with a big play there.
And when you watch this play, Darian Sterling got his feet caught in the sand and could not move when he made a play on it. You've got to be able to break down and make a tackle.
1st and 10 at the 34. Quick throw to Webb. Dives across the 30. Gain of 5 on the play for Utah State. And they're starting to look comfortable and taking this one over a little bit. Their defense has really adjusted and forced UTSA to punt the last couple of times, and their offense confident in this short passing game. Pump fake, Keaton looking upfield for Bartlett. It's incomplete. And a good job by Berry to get in his way and not allow Kellen Bartlett a chance at the ball.
And that's great defensive coverage by the strong safety, Berry. He did not allow the receiver to be able to make a play on the ball. He kept himself in between the ball and the receiver, and that is what you want to do when you have a receiver streaking up the sideline.
3rd down and 5. Chance for UTSA to get a stop. Keaton to throw, has time, has Webb over the middle. Cameron Webb takes it in. UTSA couldn't get the 3rd down stop, and Utah State is flying.
And they went with a 3-man rush on that play. They did not get pressure on Chucky Keaton, and he was able to find his receiver in the middle of the field and allow him to get to the end zone. You look at Chucky Keaton, he goes through all of his progressions. He sees his receiver coming across, and he's able to get up the field north and south and virtually go untouched into the end zone.
Cameron Webb's first touchdown catch of the year. And Utah State is really on a roll as Diaz tries to add the extra point. UTSA jumped offside, and he missed the kick, so we're probably going to get a look at it again. And especially frustrating for the defense to jump offside when the extra point went wide.
Offside defense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the try from the 8-yard line.
Our official did not have that one correct.
Correction. Repeat the try half the distance.
There you go. Someone offered me half the distance to the goal. I might go for 2, but Utah State's just going to try and kick it again. Low snap, and Diaz gets it up and through the uprights this time. Utah State 24, UTSA 3. Aggies starting to roll here in San Antonio. Cameron Webb seated there enjoying his first career touchdown. It's put Utah State in front of UTSA 24-3, and they did that one in a hurry. 5 plays in a minute and a half, starting from midfield. And Webb, the senior from Millville, Utah, with his first career touchdown. And I think the Aggies have their confidence back at 10-3. You thought UTSA might have a chance to get back in the game, but Utah State has seized control since. This time it is Brandon Armstrong returning the kick. 3rd different kick return man they've used today. The best so far as he gets across the 30, but a flag comes flying in from the field judge, who was a long way away, and that may hurt UTSA.
Holding number 31 return team, 10-yard penalty, first down.
That will cut into the starting field position for UTSA, and as has come to be the norm, unfortunately, for the Roadrunners in WAC play, the field position battle has been one-sided.
Well, if you're UTSA right now, you want to get a sustained drive. You want to give your defense time to rest. Well, you want to give your defense time to rest as well. You know, they've had a couple of 3-and-out drives that has hurt this ball club. Get the ball to the outside to your receivers. That's where you've had a lot of success.
Polite starts from his own 14. Fake the sweep. Polite going to keep it, has some room, and rumbles out near the first down marker. Took a hit at the end of the play from McCade Brady.
And this is a good read zone play by Polite. He saw a lane and he got upfield, but it's dangerous when you have your quarterback. And in football, you saw him right there get up slowly. He looks like he's trying to regroup. You don't want to get Polite injured.
Cade Cowden also in on the tackle for Utah State there. It'll be second and short. Polite lateral to Okacha, and he'll get the first down out across the 25-yard line. Should be a running play for Evans Okacha.
Well, this is what you have to do if you're UTSA. Get the ball to your athletes in open space. Short, quick passes to allow them to get north and south, to allow them to also get first downs and not put your defense in a position where they have to come right back onto the field.
Aaron Holmes, the 6'4" wide receiver, is on the near bottom side of your screen. Instead, it's a give straight up the middle to Cam Jones, and he's out across the 35. That was straight triple option right there.
And positive yards. That is the type of offense that they need to continue to run. You have to keep Utah State off balance.
See the yardage differential. Significant in Utah State's favor. That may be the first significant yardage we've seen UTSA gain between the tackles. 5 wide receivers this time. Line jumped for a second. The flags fly, and they are showing it against the offense.
But the center has to do a better job of snapping the ball when they jump across the line.
False start, offense number 12, 5-yard penalty, second down.
So Holmes, the wide receiver, charged with moving there.
Well, I blame that on the center. When you see the defensive line jump across the line of scrimmage, you have to snap the ball because it's a human reaction for your offensive players. Although they know when the snap is, you know, to jump when the opposing defense jumps.
So that will negate a lot of Okacha's gain. It'll be second down and 8. Or Cam Jones's, I should say. It'll be second and 8. UTSA hurt itself with penalties far too often for their liking today. Polite wants to keep this, and he's thrown down by Jake Dowdy, the middle linebacker. And it'll be third and long for UTSA.
I think that was smart for Polite not to pitch it to Okacha because Utah State had a group of defenders out there waiting. You could have had a fumble or you could have had lost yardage on that play.
They've been keeping it on the ground in this second quarter without a whole lot of success. 3rd and 7 here. Polite gets pressured and just throws it away in the direction of Hubble. Dowdy and Vigil, the linebackers, came around UTSA's right side, and the Roadrunners are going to have to punt once again.
Well, what was good on this play by Utah State is the linebacker bumped him coming across within that 5-yard range, which did not allow him to clear and get to the ball where the quarterback thought he would be.
So Stern on to kick yet again for UTSA as the Utah State defense gets deserved congratulations. And this is Ward stepping in for Stern, and he kicks it out of bounds. And the UTSA punting game continues to be a nightmare. We saw Ward have trouble last week. Stern came in and kicked the final one. As you get a look at Perry Eliano, who's not happy about it. Today Stern started, and Ward has come in.
And you have to think that that first punt being blocked has affected these punters, and they're not comfortable back there, fearful that Utah State will rush them in an attempt to block another punt.
So Utah State starts in UTSA territory. They started the last drive at midfield. Keaton, quick toss out to the near side. And he's forced out of bounds short of the first down. That's Bruce Natson, freshman out of Florida. Another Boyd Anderson High School guy. Pickup of 7 on the play for the little guy, Natson, listed at 5'7", 145. Keaton shovel pass to Bartlett, and he dives forward for the first down. They've really gotten Kellen Bartlett involved in the offense in a lot of different ways today.
Well, they've passed him the ball. They've allowed him to get shuffle passes. You know, he's been a big part of what they do offensively. He's blocked very well at times.
Keaton fakes to throw, takes off running, dives forward. Kerfis and Johnston in on the tackle. Kerfis from right here in San Antonio, O'Connor High School. Kind of the emotional leader of this defense. Forrest mentioned the fumble return he had for a touchdown last week. Second down give goes to Kerwin Williams. He stood up right up the middle. Blake Terry with a big hit on defense.
Can UTSA hold Utah State to a field goal on this drive? Is a big question. And this third down will determine whether or not they're able to do that.
3rd and 5 at the 30. Keaton, straight drop. Under pressure, gets it away to Williams. He makes the catch, stays in bounds, and goes inside the 15-yard line. Chucky Keaton, playmaking again.
Quick feet. He allowed himself to get out and make a play. He saw he had nothing. He scrambled. He allowed his receiver to get into the open field. He got the ball down the field to him. A dangerous play, though. He's thrown across his body, but no one was there but his receiver.
Williams from the 11 trying to get outside, and he's knocked down in the backfield. And again, it's Blake Terry, the sophomore from Denton Geyer High School, north of Dallas, with a big play.
And plays like that can demoralize the defense. When you get to 3rd down and you get pressure on the quarterback and he's able to make a play like that, you have to wonder how this UTSA defense will respond. They have to continue to make plays like they just did on 1st down.
Great numbers for Keaton as you see it. The one interception was tipped, but other than that, he's been mostly on target. Spins away from pressure, thinking about running. Terry trying to catch him, can't do it. Forces him out of bounds, but it'll be 3rd and short coming up for Utah State.
And there goes those great feet again. He's able to spin, get himself out of trouble. The defensive end should have made the play on this play, but he's able to get to the outside and get positive yards.
That's patented Chucky Keaton, that spin move. He baits the guy to coming on his front leg and then spins out of it. Sophomore from Cy Creek, outside of Houston, about 3 hours drive east of here. You know he's got some family in the building. Third down, throwing the fade for Austin again. Incomplete, knocked out by Brown at the last second. Eric Brown having a good game on that side.
And if you watch what Eric Brown did on this play, he waited till the ball got to the receiver, and then he knocked it out of his hands. Great play, great getting his hands up in there where the ball was and making the play on it, as opposed to pushing the defender out of the way, which we see often with defensive backs. That could have easily been a pass interference call if he didn't play it the way that he did.
24-yard attempt for Nick Diaz. He's 1 for 1 today. And the kick is true, straight up the middle. UTSA holds Utah State to a field goal despite that field position when they started in UTSA territory. So despite Utah State's domination, 3 touchdowns may be closer than the game should be, based on the second quarter at least.
Well, defensively, they've done a good job with keeping them to some field goals and not allowing them to score touchdowns. But what's hurting this UTSA team is offensively, they're not taking advantage of what the defense has been able to do in getting points and putting points on the board.
Utah State currently leading the Western Athletic Conference. Louisiana Tech, of course, considered a title favorite. Those two are the heavyweights right now. Texas State still unbeaten, although they're in action today. And Utah State next week will host Texas State, then a bye, and at Louisiana Tech November 17th. They expect that game to be a virtual conference championship game. That'll be in Ruston, again, November 17th. Ben Trude to kick off for Utah State. Brandon Armstrong to return again. Takes it in the end zone, and he'll bring it out. And he stopped inside the 20, so not the decision Brandon Armstrong would make every time, I would expect. So 1:21 here. And we'll see if Ryan Polite can do anything in the 2-minute offense and get UTSA in position for anything. A field goal or even a shot at the end zone would probably be a pick-me-up here at the end of the half. Because since the interception by Eric Brown and UTSA settling for a field goal at the other end, they haven't had a lot to cheer about. Fumbled snap. Polite picks it up, scrambles left side, looking to throw, and just throws it away. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And they have to be careful on this drive because throwing the ball out of bounds stops the clock. You want to move the clock if you're not going to try to score. You don't want to give this Utah State offense another opportunity before the half, because Utah State gets the ball coming out in the second half.
Second and 10. Polite over the middle looking for Holmes. Has the catch, has the first down across the 35.
And this is what this UTSA offense needs to do. Allow Ryan Polite to get the ball up the field and try and make plays with his receiver. Get vertical.
Polite tried to take off running with the snap, and then his pitch was behind Glasgow. And they really struggled with that play last week as well, where the snap leads Polite to one side, and their inability to execute it hurt him again there.
UTSA, that's their final charged timeout, a 30-second timeout.
UTSA uses its final timeout there. And UTSA, its first year playing in any conference, opened with a win against New Mexico State several weeks back, and then lost to San Jose State last week. But I think certainly games against Idaho and Texas State on their schedule are winnable for UTSA in their only year in the WAC.
Well, they've got to continue to build on some of the positive things that they've gotten out of some of these ball games as of late. They've been some tough ball games for this young ball club, but there have been a lot of positives. You've got to remember their starting quarterback, Souza, has not played in the last 2 games, and you've gotten some really good experience for Ryan Polite moving forward. I know Larry Coker will continue to build upon what they've done in these last 2 ball games.
Only 67 scholarships for the Roadrunners this year. Next year will be the second year of a 2-year transition to the FBS, and next year they will count as an FBS opponent. They will be bowl eligible for the first time in 2014. Polite throws to Holmes again. He has a first down out to the 48-yard line with 44 seconds on the clock. Clock starts after the chains move. Polite gets rushed. Gonna throw, it's overthrown and incomplete off the hands of Dowdy. Wasn't really in range for him to catch it. And it'll bring up second down.
Well, the one good thing about that play, it stops the clock, but it was a dangerous pass by Polite. And, you know, what he has to understand is if you don't see what you like, throw the ball out of bounds or get out of bounds and stop the clock.
33 seconds to play in the first half. UTSA just trying to get in field goal range here. Stern might try it up to about 50 yards. He wouldn't be real comfortable until you got inside 45. Blitz coming, picked up. Pass caught by Hubble, and he takes a big shot from the cornerback Terrence Alston. And the clock is running. Third down coming up. 20 seconds to play in the half. You get a look at the hit by Terrence Alston. Back to live action. Polite scrambling. Gets it away. Complete for a first down to Glasgow. 7 seconds left. They're not in field goal range yet. They're probably going to have to spike this or run something quickly. Clock starts. UTSA sideline's not ready. And Polite gets the playoff, but now he's got to go for the end zone. Lofts it up for Marcellus Mack, and it's intercepted by Davis. And he'll just slide to the turf and end the half. Second pick of the year for Willie Davis, and not the execution UTSA wanted in the 2-minute offense to end the half. Utah State in control. They got the early block punt and really never looked back. Utah State 27, UTSA 3. The halftime show is coming up next. Stay with us from the Alamo Dome.